The popular talk show The View found itself embroiled in a major controversy after a segment that attacked Karoline Leavitt, a young press secretary and conservative voice. What was initially intended as a political discussion quickly escalated into a personal attack, with the hosts of the show, particularly Joy Behar, mocking Leavitt. This sparked a media firestorm, leading to widespread criticism and calls for accountability. The backlash raised significant questions about media bias, double standards, and the treatment of conservative women. Leavitt, who was serving as a press secretary and had worked for Donald Trump's campaign, was invited to appear on The View to discuss her political views. Instead of a meaningful debate, however, the hosts of the show took aim at her with personal attacks. Behar's remark that Leavitt had only been hired because she was considered a 10 by Trump was one of the first signs of disrespect. This comment suggested that Leavitt's professional achievements were due to her appearance rather than her political expertise or abilities. As the segment continued, Whoopi Goldberg and Sunny Hostin joined in, dismissing Leavitt's views as out of touch. Instead of engaging with her arguments, the hosts focused on undermining her due to her political ideology. They mocked her stance on wokeness, implying that she was irrelevant and disconnected from modern social movements, shifting the focus away from the political conversation and toward discrediting her as a person for her conservative beliefs. This behavior by The View sparked anger among many viewers, especially those on the right. The show, which had once prided itself on offering a platform for a variety of viewpoints, seemed to dismiss Leavitt because she did not align with their liberal perspectives. What began as a discussion about politics quickly devolved into personal attacks on Leavitt's character. The host's comments reduced her to a mere stereotype of a conservative woman, undermining her professional and intellectual credibility. In response, Leavitt recorded a video calling out The View for its hypocrisy. She pointed out that while the show claimed to champion women's empowerment, it consistently belittled conservative women who did not fit its ideological mold. Leavitt emphasized that her success had been earned through hard work, not through her physical appearance or political conformity. This statement resonated strongly with many people, particularly conservative women, who felt that they were regularly marginalized by the mainstream media. Leavitt's response quickly went viral, garnering widespread support. Many saw her as a symbol of resistance against media elitism and for the rights of conservative women to have their voices heard. Her message of empowerment for women who hold conservative views struck a chord with audiences across the country, leading to a growing backlash against The View. People began calling out the show for its treatment of Leavitt, accusing the hosts of hypocrisy and bias. The controversy intensified when Whoopi Goldberg attempted to lecture Leavitt about the concept of wokeness. Goldberg's comments, which suggested that Leavitt could only succeed because of progressive activism, only served to reinforce the narrative of media elitism and intolerance toward conservative views. Leavitt responded firmly, explaining that her platform was the result of her own hard work and beliefs, not a product of ideological pandering. Goldberg's defensiveness only made the situation worse, alienating many viewers who had hoped for a more thoughtful exchange. Sunny Hostin also joined the fray, attempting to frame the conversation around race and privilege. Hostin's remarks suggested that Leavitt, as a white conservative woman, could not understand the struggles faced by marginalized groups. Leavitt again pushed back, pointing out the irony in Hostin's own privileged position within the media elite. Hostin's comments seemed less like a discussion about racial justice and more like an attempt to silence an opposing viewpoint. Leavitt's ability to respond with poise and confidence turned her into a champion for those who felt their voices were regularly dismissed in the public sphere. As the incident gained traction on social media, the backlash against The View grew louder. Hashtags like #ReachYou, Cancel The View, and Richu Karoline Leavitt owns The View started trending, with many viewers criticizing the show for its failure to provide a fair platform for conservative voices. The personal attacks on Leavitt sparked outrage, with many accusing the hosts of hypocrisy and ideological intolerance. The incident highlighted the increasing polarization of American media, where ideological purity often trumps thoughtful debate. Behind the scenes, sources inside ABC revealed that the network was concerned about the long-term impact of the controversy. Advertisers began reconsidering their partnerships with The View, and there were rumors that ABC executives might take action to address the fallout. Some speculated that the network could potentially shake up the show's panel of hosts to restore the show's credibility, especially if the backlash continued to escalate. Despite the controversy, Leavitt emerged from the incident with a strengthened position. Her response to The View painted her as a rising star within conservative media, and her message of empowerment for women who disagreed with mainstream liberal ideologies resonated deeply with many. Leavitt's firm stance against being marginalized or silenced turned her into a symbol of resistance against what many saw as the elitism of the mainstream media. For The View, the episode was a pivotal moment. The host's dismissive treatment of Leavitt alienated many viewers, drawing attention to the increasing ideological divide within American media. The show, once known for presenting diverse viewpoints, now seemed to prioritize political conformity over thoughtful debate. This shift has left many wondering whether The View can recover from the controversy or if the show will continue to become more divisive in its approach. The incident also highlights a broader issue in modern media: the rise of polarization and the decline of respectful political discourse. As shows like The View increasingly focus on sensationalism and personal attacks instead of meaningful discussions, public trust in these outlets diminishes. The View, once a platform for diverse conversation, risks becoming an echo chamber for its ideological base, sidelining constructive dialogue. The question remains whether The View will address the public backlash or double down on its approach. The controversy surrounding Karoline Leavitt could mark a turning point in how political discourse is handled in mainstream media. For Leavitt, however, the incident has elevated her as a champion of conservative women's voices, resonating with a broad audience. The future of The View is uncertain, but the incident has undeniably shifted the conversation, potentially impacting the show's direction moving forward. Thanks for watching.